Okay, let's count. Stars accounted for. Gas between stars accounted for. Gas between galaxies accounted for. Dust counted. Dark matter inferred but accounted for in the model. Dark energy weird but accounted. Normal matter, the stuff made of protons, neutrons, and electrons. The kind of matter that makes up you and me and stars and planets and everything that has ever been on a periodic table should account for about 5% of the universe's total energy content. We know how much there should be. We calculated it from the cosmic microwave background and Big Bang nucleosynthesis. We're confident in the number. For decades, when astronomers added up all the normal matter they could observe in galaxies, in galactic clusters, in intergalactic gas, they only found about half of it. The other half was just absent, missing. Half of all the normal matter in the universe was unaccounted for. We lost half the normal matter in the universe. Not dark matter, normal matter, regular matter. We knew how much there should be and we could only find half. The universe lost its own stuff and we noticed. We found it, eventually. But the story of how is extraordinary. Segment 1. The missing baryons problem. The technical name for the missing matter problem is the missing baryons problem. Baryons are particles made of 3 quarks, protons and neutrons. All normal matter is baryonic. You are baryonic. Stars are baryonic. The problem is that baryons go missing. From the cosmic microwave background and Big Bang nucleosynthesis, we know the total amount of baryonic matter created in the early universe with high precision. When we then go look for that matter in the current universe, counting up all the stars, all the gas in galaxies, all the gas we can detect between galaxies, we only find about 50 to 60% of what should be there. The rest was missing. This problem persisted from the 1990s through the 2010. Multiple teams looked, multiple telescopes searched. The matter wasn't in galaxy. It wasn't in galaxy cluster. It wasn't where we were looking. It was, cosmologically speaking, behind the couch cushion, and the universe's couch was enormous. Segment 2, where it was, the warm-hot intergalactic medium. The missing baryons were hiding in the warm-hot intergalactic medium, the WIM, which is a name that sounds like a mood, but is actually a state of matter. The WIM is a diffuse, low-density gas that fills the cosmic web, the enormous filamentary structure of dark matter and gas that connects galaxy clusters across the universe. This gas has temperatures between about 100,000 and 10 million Kelvin, hot enough that it doesn't emit visible light or radio waves in useful quantity, not hot enough to glow brightly in X-rays the way cluster gas does. It sits in a temperature gap where it's very hard to observe direct. It's there, it's enormous in extent. It contains most of the universe's baryonic matter, and it was essentially invisible to us for decades because it was at exactly the wrong temperature to stand out in any wavelength we were looking at carefully. Indirect detections began accumulating in the early 2000s using absorption line spectroscopy, looking at how the WIM absorbed light from distant quasars. But definitive direct detection came 2018 and 2019 when 2 separate teams used different methods to detect X-ray emission from WIM filament. We found the missing half of the universe hiding in the space between galaxy clusters at a temperature that made it transparent to most of our instruments, having been there the whole time. Segment 3, the cosmic web. The structure that hides everything the WIM doesn't just float randomly in space. It traces the cosmic web, a vast network of dark matter filament connecting galaxy clusters with enormous voids between the filaments where almost nothing exists. The cosmic web is the largest structure in the universe, not individual galaxies, not galaxy clusters. The web itself, superclusters connected by filaments hundreds of millions of light years long, with voids of similar scale between. If you could look at the universe from outside on the largest scales, it would look like a 3-dimensional neural network, like a brain. People point this out a lot, and it's genuinely striking even though it doesn't mean anything deep. The WIM lives in those filaments. Gas that got pulled along dark matter filaments during the universe's large-scale structure formation, compressed and heated by gravitational shocks as it fell along the web, and now sits at temperatures too high to collapse into galaxies, but too low to radiate efficiently. It's the universe's in-between gas, not cold enough to be stars, not hot enough to show itself easily. Just there, in the filaments, accounting for half the matter in the universe and being profoundly inconvenient to detect. Segment 4. What's still missing? The missing baryons problem is largely considered solved. The WIM accounts for the matter we couldn't find. But largely solved doesn't mean completely solved, and cosmology always has follow-up questions. How exactly does the WIM connect to galaxy formation evolution? How much WIM gas cycles back into galaxies over time? What's the metallicity of the WIM? How much of it has been enriched by metals ejected from supernovae in galaxies? And what does that tell us about how galaxies exchange material with their surroundings? These are active research questions. The cosmic web and its gaseous occupant are among the frontiers of observational cosmology. Future X-ray observatories, missions like Athena, planned by ESA, will map the WIM in far greater detail than currently possible. We found the missing matter. Now we need to understand it properly. The universe keeps giving us homework. For decades, half the normal matter in the universe was missing. We knew it existed. The Big Bang created it. Physics demands it. We couldn't find it. It was hiding in the space between galaxy clusters at a temperature that made it almost invisible to our instrument, filling the filaments of the cosmic web. It's been there the whole time. Since the universe was a fraction of its current age, gas has been flowing along dark matter filament, heating up, settling into the WIM, a accounting for half the matter budget of the entire cosmos. We found it. With patience, with better instruments, with clever spectroscopic techniques and X-ray observations, and a lot of looking at very faint signals in very large volumes of very empty-seeming space. The universe didn't lose its matter. We just weren't looking in the right temperature range. This is a sentence that out of context makes us sound bad, but in context is a triumph of observational cosmology, and I will defend that position. Like and subscribe. The matter is found. Your subscription, however, remains your own business.